Days of Our Lives predictions for March 24. Hearts on the line. Secrets boiling over. And Salem's most explosive week, yet Salem never sleeps. Does it? After decades of tuning in to Days of Our Lives through the weddings, the funerals, the switched babies, the evil twins, and every last resurrection, I can tell you this much. When the writers decide to pile on the guilt, the longing, and the flat-out lies all in one episode, you'd better buckle up. If you're wondering exactly what went down on Monday, March 24, hit play on our video breakdown right now. We've combed through every clue, every lingering glance, and every half-spoken confession to bring you our most detailed predictions yet, because let's be honest, nobody does heartbreak and redemption quite like the residents of Salem. And this week is shaping up to be a doozy. Let's start with Gabby Hernandez and Philip Kyriakis, because their story has been simmering for months, and it finally feels like it's about to boil over. Picture this, Philip, that silver-tongued Kyriakis heir who spent years battling his demons, addiction, family betrayal, you name it, finally lets his walls crumble. He's been through the ringer lately, and there's Gabby, right by his side, steady as a rock. She listens when he pours out his fears about the family empire. She holds his hand through the boardroom battles, and she even cracks that signature Hernandez smile that could light up the darkest Titan boardroom. In the scene we're expecting, Philip looks at her with those piercing eyes and says the words, "Every fan has been waiting for you being here for me when I needed. That's one of the reasons I love you, Gaby." Cue the swelling music, the close-up on her face. And wait for it, that flicker of pure guilt that only a long-time viewer would catch. Because Gabby isn't just supportive, she's carrying a secret that's eating her alive. We've seen this woman scheme her way through DiMera drama, through prison, through losing her daughter to custody wars, and somehow she always lands on her feet. But this time, the guilt is different. It's written all over her face, the way her smile falters for in second, the way her eyes dart away when Philip talks about building a future. Longtime fans know Gabby's history with honesty. It's been her Achilles' heel since the days she was tangled up with EJ and the whole DiMera web. Is she hiding something from her past that could torpedo this new love? Or is it something fresher, maybe a lingering connection to another man? Or a business deal she's keeping from Philip to protect him? Writers have been teasing this for weeks with those loaded silences, and the way she changes the subject every time he mentions forever. My prediction, Gabby wrestles with it all episode long, torn between the safety of Philip's arms and the terrifying truth. She knows she has to spill. If she doesn't come clean soon, this relationship is headed for the same cliff so many Salem romances have tumbled off. And honestly, after everything Gabby has survived, I'm rooting for her to find the courage before it's too late, and Philip's heart is shattered all over again. Meanwhile, across town, the Horton Kyriakis family saga takes a quieter, but no less devastating turn. Sarah Horton sits down with her mother Maggie for one of those raw, no-holds-barred conversations that only happen in Salem living rooms. Maggie, the eternal voice of reason, with her gentle wisdom and those legendary hugs, has always been Sarah's safe harbor. But this time, the topic is Xander, the man who has owned Sarah's part since their wild, passionate, on-again, off-again roller coaster began. We all remember the epic love story, the wedding that happened, the baby drama with Mackenzie, the betrayals, the forgiveness, the way Xander's Scottish brogue could melt steel. Sarah thought she'd moved on, thought the divorce papers and the new chapter would bury those feelings. Yet here she is confessing to Maggie that the flame never died. "I still love him, Mom," she'll whisper, voice cracking in that way only Lindsay Godfrey can deliver. Maggie's face will soften with that mix of concern and understanding. She's perfected over decades on the show. She'll remind Sarah of every scar Xander left behind, every time he chose the Kyriakis name over their family. But she'll also see the hope in her daughter's eyes, the same hope that has kept Sarah fighting through comas, kidnappings, and more plot twists than I can count. What makes this conversation so powerful is how it echoes years of Horton family tradition. These women have always leaned on each other through the storms. Remember Maggie's own battles with addiction and lost Sarah. Pouring her heart out feels like a full circle moment, but it also plants the seeds for maximum drama. Will Xander overhear Will Maggie's advice, push Sarah toward a risky reunion, or Finally help her close the door. My gut says the writers are setting up a slow burn reckoning. Sarah's lingering feelings aren't just nostalgia. They're a ticking time bomb. And with Xander's own complicated life, his shady deals, his rivalry with Philip, his endless quest for redemption, this confession could explode into something that rocks both families. I've watched enough episodes to know when a Horton woman admits she still loves a Kyriakis man, the whole town feels the aftershocks. Over in the Brady Black household, things are equal parts sweet and heartbreaking. Little Rachel Black Brady's fiery daughter, who's inherited every bit of her father's intensity, delivers one of those pure, innocent blessings that remind us why we fell in love with this show. Maybe it's a simple, "I'm happy you're smiling again, Daddy." Or perhaps she's giving her stamp of approval on whatever new chapter Brady is trying to write for himself. After everything Brady has endured, the addictions, the custody wars, the losses that would break any lesser man watching Rachel's, wide-eyed support hits like a warm hug. It's the kind of tender moment that longtime viewers live for. A brief ray of light in the perpetual storm. But across the hall, her brother Tate isn't faring so well. Poor Tate Black is spiraling, and his attempts to fix things with Holly Jonas are crumbling faster than a bad DiMera scheme. We've watched their teen romance bloom through stolen kisses, secret meetings, and all the angsty drama that makes young love on Days of Our Lives so addictive. Lately, though, Tate's been distant, short-tempered, and carrying the weight of emotions he doesn't know how to handle. Is he popping pills again? The clues have been there, the shaky hands, the sudden mood swings, the way he snaps at Holly when she tries to get close. Holly, bless her, is fighting for them with that Jonas fire she inherited from her mom. But when Tate's control slips, we're headed for a clash that could leave both of them bruised. Imagine the scene Holly confronts him in the park or at the cafe, demanding honesty only for Tate's bottled-up pain to explode. Tears, raised voices, maybe even a slammed door that echoes through the entire episode. After years of watching Brady's kids navigate the same demons their father battled, I'm genuinely worried for Tate. Will he hit rock bottom before he reaches for help? Will Holly walk away? Or will she stand by him like so many Salem women have stood by their troubled men? This storyline isn't just teen angst. It's a mirror to the generational trauma the Black family has carried for decades, and Monday's episode is going to crank the volume way up. And then there's the wild card pairing that has everyone buzzing. Liam and Ari. What started as a tentative spark is now a full-blown flame. But the shadows around Liam are growing darker by the hour. Ari has that bright, hopeful energy that makes you root for her instantly. She's been through enough heartbreak herself to deserve a little happiness. The chemistry between them crackles every time they share a screen. Stolen glances, late-night talks, the way Liam's hand lingers just a second too long. But here's where the drama kicks in. Liam is drowning in troubles, secrets piled on secrets, lies stacked like dominoes ready to topple. We've seen the signs, the mysterious phone calls he quickly silences, the way he dodges questions about his past, the forced smile when Ari talks about their future. He's not being honest, folks. Instead of opening up, he's choosing the easy route, the lie that keeps the peace today, but guarantees explosion tomorrow. My prediction for March 24 is that the tension snaps. Maybe Ari overhears a conversation. Or maybe one of Liam's troubles walks right into the Brady pub and forces his hand. Either way, the relationship that looks so promising could shatter in real time. I've watched enough couples on this show, Bo and Hope, Steve and Kayla, even the newer ones, to know that when a man with secrets chooses deception over truth, the fallout is never pretty. Ari deserves better, but love in Salem rarely plays fair. Will Liam finally crack and confess everything, or will the lies pile higher until they bury whatever they were building? Tune in, because this one feels like it's headed for a cliffhanger that will have us all talking until Tuesday's episode. Salem is never short on surprises, and March 24 is packing more emotional punches than a full sweeps month. From Gabby's guilty conscience to Sarah's raw confession, from Tate's dangerous spiral to Liam's web of lies. The writers are serving up the kind of drama that keeps us coming, back after all these years. I've been here since the days of Roman and Marlena's first wedding, through the Salem stalker, the baby switches, and every last comet that threatened to destroy the town. And I can tell you this with absolute certainty, when the credits roll on Monday, we're all going to be breathless, reaching for the remote to see what happens next. So do yourself a favor, watch our full video breakdown where we dive even deeper into every possible twist, every hidden clue, and every performance we're dying to see. Then clear your schedule for tomorrow's episode. Because if these predictions hold, Salem is about to deliver one of its most unforgettable days yet. Hearts will break, truths will surface, or not. And the town we love will once again remind us why Days of Our Lives has been must-watch television for over 50 years. What are you waiting for? Grab your coffee, settle in, and let's see how it all plays out in the most dramatic town on daytime TV. I'll be right here with you, recapping every gasp-worthy moment just like I have for decades.